All right, we're in the final stretch. This is the last company of the day, and this is the wild card. So they just found out they were going to be presenting a little while ago, and presenting. So it's going to be Phind, that's the company, and presenting are Rashid Junjunwala and Renetta Jain. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Rishi, and this is Phind, and we are going to redefine the way you guys search. I'm a huge travel buff. 2 years ago, I went to Paris, and the only thing I knew there was the Eiffel Tower. I was walking down the street, and I saw this wonderful landmark. I've seen this landmark multiple times in magazines and photos, but I had no idea what it was. So I went on Google Maps to find out what this thing was. Turns out that it was the Louvre. I was like, okay, well, great, you know, it's the Louvre. Let's find out more information on it. Went on Wikipedia to find out the history about it. Learned that this was one of the most amazing museums around the world. Decided, you know what, let's see the reviews on this place. Went on Yelp, checked out the reviews. People said awesome things about it. Now I wanted to see if any of my friends had ever been there. So I went on Foursquare, and turns out that 5 of my friends had actually been there in the last 6 months. I looked up and I said, you know what, let's go to this place. It seems like it's an awesome place to check out. Looked up, saw there was a huge line. That right there crushed me internally that I was not able to stand in line and visit this place. So I said, you know what, I'm getting really hungry. Let's just find a place to eat. Went back on Google Maps, saw a place, and then called an Uber, and I just went. Now, this entire process was so cumbersome, and it took so long to find all this information. I just wish that there was a way simpler way to do this by just pushing one button. And that's exactly what we've done with Phind. The app that allows you to take a photo of any place around the world, take a photo of it, and instantly Phind brings back all the information you want in less than 3 to 4 seconds. We like to call ourselves the Shazam for places. Let me show you what I mean. So here, you're in New York, and you're walking down the street. You see this building, you take a photo of it, and in less than 3 to 4 seconds, Phind instantly recognizes it. It tells you it's the Rockefeller Center, and then it aggregates content from all the popular services that you're already using. Right here, we give you the history. We'll give you a bunch of information on it. So if you want to view more, find deep links to these sources for more information. You can scroll down and see the facts on it, such as the address, the phone number, the website, hours of operation, and more. Phind also profiles each place. So if you want to see, you know, how many people have been there, is there Wi-Fi connection, anything of that sort, it's right there. We also show you the tips, reviews, and shared photos. You didn't have to go to Yelp or Foursquare or Wikipedia. Everything is right here for you in your palm. If you want to go get food now, you simply scroll down, select food, and Phind instantly brings back all the top places around you. So you didn't have to go to any other app to find this. You see everything right here. Let's select one of the places, Del Frisco Steakhouse. You click it. We bring back everything about this place, the hours of operation, phone number, and now even the menu. You click on the menu, and Phind brings back all the menu items along with their pricing, so you can see if it fits your budget. If the food items look great, you make your decision right there. You go back, and how do you get there? You scroll down. Phind is also integrated Uber, so now with one more button, you can go there immediately. Now, wasn't this process so much quicker? You pressed one button to search. You didn't have to go to any other app, and it was right there. How do we do this? Well, first of all, it's really hard. It's combined of 2 different things, image recognition and content aggregation. Image recognition, we have filed a patent-pending technology on this. It's consisted of 100 million images in our database of places all around the world, but the majority of them are in the US because that's our focus right now. The way we actually do the recognition that brings back content within 3 to 4 seconds is the true magic of our technology. We actually first take your location. From there, we don't have to take all the 100 million of images to actually do the recognition. It's just a subset. So that's why we know if you're taking a photo at the Rockefeller Center, there's probably, instead of 100 million images, it's probably only a few thousand. Once we're able to do that recognition, then we can actually go to any of these sources, such as Foursquare, Yelp, Wikipedia, or even Uber, get all the information and bring that back to the user in a clean and simple experience. But you know what? That's just the beginning. Today, we're excited to announce that we have partnered with Viator, a TripAdvisor company that allows you to book tours, attractions, buy tickets, all within Phind directly. So the next time you're in Paris and you're standing at the Louvre and you want to get information, take a photo of it, we'll give you everything, and now you will not have to wait in line ever again. You can instantly buy a ticket directly within Phind. We'll send that ticket to you. You go straight to the front, and you can walk in. It was really just that simple. Phind is just starting off right now. This is just the tip of the iceberg for us. We have so many more things that we have planned to do. One of the things that we're looking to do down the line is to be able to profile each user. So if you like Japanese food and you like jazz nightclubs, the next time you take a photo, you will get a suggestion for the top Japanese restaurant and the top jazz nightclub right next to your location. We're so excited that Phind is available to you guys in the App Store today. So next time you're in a city, for example, New York has so many different places that you can visit. You can go out, take a photo of it, and immediately you'll get all your information. Download Phind at the App Store today. If you want more information, check us out at www.phind.it, and immediately you will be able to explore the world like you've never seen before. Thank you.
All right. Great presentation. Especially you didn't have much notice. We're right on the 6-minute mark. Judges.
Quick question. So the point of inspiration is when I'm looking at something and want to figure out more about it?
Yeah, if you're looking at a certain thing and you have no idea what it is, it's so cumbersome to go on one app and search for it or another app and search for it. So this way we take that whole process out. You just take a photo, because that's one of the top things that people are already doing nowadays. Photos have become like second nature to us with all these apps out there.
So let me frame the question differently. So when I'm traveling and I go somewhere, I think, oh, that's beautiful. What is it? That's the sort of use case that you're capturing?
Yeah, or even if you know what it is and you want more information and you don't want to jump from app to app, you just take a photo and we bring everything to you.
The reason why I asked, and this is the last question in this section, is what's the point of inspiration for me to download this app? Right before I start my trip or right at that moment? Because it seems like that's the moment where I'll finally think of this. But going on my trip, I'll just be going about my business. And so I'm curious there.
Well, we've actually had a bunch of people that have downloaded it, that have used it around their local surroundings. One of the greatest stories I've heard from one of our users is he's lived in New York for the last 20 years and he walks around Central Park all the time. He's never known what any of the statues are or what, there's a castle in Central Park, what is that? So he downloaded Phind, took a photo of the statues, was able to find out what it is. He even told his son and was like a teacher to his son, gave that experience right there. But the beauty of this was he took a photo of Belvedere Castle, never knew what that was. 2 weeks later, went to an event over there and he responded to us and said, Phind changed the way I view my surroundings. It's not only for when I travel, but for things that are around me that I never knew what they were.
Great. So first, congrats on being the audience choice. So you obviously impressed some people downstairs. Are you planning on selling advertising to the tour companies? Is that part of your business model?
Well, one of the things is right now we didn't want to do any of the content management, so that's why we've partnered with TripAdvisor's Viator. They manage all that content, so we don't have to worry about customer service or anything of that sort. We're more on the search and aggregation. We let all these providers do the management of content.
As you alluded to, it's a non-trivial technical problem. There are a bunch of top sort of AI professors being hired at Google, Facebook, Baidu, and startups like Clarify here in the city that do just this. So I understand the hack around domain reduction, and that's smart and interesting. But do you have the sort of PhD in computer vision background somewhere on the team to be able to do this reliably?
Yeah, we have yeah, of course. Google and Facebook and any of these companies, obviously they have money that they can buy anything they want. But the way that we've structured our team is it's a bunch of individuals that really understand what we're trying to solve. We've created a really great MVP right now. Obviously, there are way more things that we can do to improve the product, which is why we're trying to actually raise funds on our seed round to bring on these individuals that can actually help take Phind from where it is right now to almost being right every single time.
Just to sort of add to that, we do have a great team of software engineers, none that are extremely well versed in computer vision, but we've been able to get this far with it. And we also happen to have Bill Erie, who's the ex-CTO of Intuit, who's part of our board, and he's really helped sort of execute on the vision as well.
The good news is that this So the technology to do this is deep learning, right?
Yes.
And
What is the background of the two of you?
So I've actually created 2 prior apps. And with Phind, I actually helped invent the algorithm and helped architect the whole solution behind it. And then
Yeah, I have more of a background in business and marketing, so I kind of help in that aspect and also in design in terms of even just doing a lot of the UX.
And, you know, I know what kind of effort it takes, you know, to come to be able to show what you are doing, and the same comment is relevant to the other group. But I want to ask a question not to diminish the accomplishment, but to get an understanding. Aren't you afraid that this may be a feature at Google? You know, you are trying to position it as a self-standing company.
Yeah, I think, you know, Google has definitely is the king of search, and we don't really fear what Google is doing. We see that what we've done is completely different on what Google's doing because we're focusing on a niche, which is just places, rather than Google says we focus on every single thing. And the difference between us and Google is that Google just identifies an object and then performs a Google search on that, where you still have to go through link by link. Here, we identify a place and aggregate content from services that everyone's already using.
So how long it will take you to be bigger than Google?
Well, that really depends on how much people are going to fund us.
Any more questions?
Yeah,
Can you talk a little bit about the patent you mentioned? I mean, as we've established, there are other companies that are working on this sort of thing. What is it that you're doing that is unique, that is patentable?
So the way we do the image recognition, using also location services, it's a combination of the 2 pieces. It's not just straight image recognition.
Does Goggles not use location? I mean, it's not running on cell phones, right?
Yeah, but Goggles is more focused on just, you know, recognizing that object. You know, they don't really use location because if they say they recognize everything from a water bottle to, you know, a piece of art, these things don't have location. So they're more focused on just image recognition. The difference that we have is because of location, we can bring back that relevant and contextual experience.
And it's not also just the location, it's also the way we perform the location search is entirely different as well.
Mm-hmm. One quick question. It sounds like if you guys can get downloads, then you have a really interesting concept here, but it also sounds like Foursquare could do this pretty much just as well as you could, having crowdsourced so much of this location data as well. And so what do you think about that?
Well, the thing is, yeah, of course, Foursquare has a really great, you know, platform and many users, but they don't have the image recognition technology that we've created to help, you know, do that recognition. They just have that check-in feature.
Point being, if I'm at the Louvre and I pull up Swarm, it's going to tell me I'm at the Louvre, right? And so that's the part I'm curious about here.
Yeah, of course. You know, it'll tell you, you know, you're at the Louvre and give you information. But because our platform is built on that open API, we can actually bring in other services. So if tomorrow you go to Japan, for example, and there's a better service than Foursquare, we can actually tap into that service immediately because we know where you are.
And also just to add to that, with Foursquare, you have to physically be like right there. With our application, if something is even a mile away, we'd be able to identify it.
All right, so we're out of time. You guys did a great job. That was Phind. And again, they just found out they're presenting in the last hour or two. So great job.
Yeah.